the Milestone 3 video for 16 Super Smash for CS 423. We are in the Tuesday section. So first of all, Ben worked on our matchmaking script. So if you run a new instance of the client, you can see here on the right that the client will connect to the matchmaking script, which will tell it which server and port to connect to. And then it matchmakes people based on server population. So yeah, Andre worked on client-side prediction and time syncing. So what happens is when the clients join the server sends a clock event to the client, which immediately sends it back in order to test network conditions. And then from there, the server sends the client a time sync event to tell it which game time it should be at based on those network conditions. And then from the time syncing, we get our client-side prediction. So as you can see, the client-side prediction runs very smoothly. The prediction basically it caches an input, the player input on the client side, and then sends that input to the server. And the server then the client then simulates it while the server does its simulation. And when the server sends the input back to the client synchronizes with that input index and then re-simulates based on the server authoritative position that it got. Our client-side prediction currently has some artifacts, like, for instance, the UI above the player name syncs to the server position that we get back as opposed to the new client predicted position. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner that it kind of jitters. And as you move around, sometimes you see artifacts of the prediction, especially when doing sharp turns. Usually it doesn't happen too much on the on smooth running animations. So here is David to talk about the stuff that he and Josh did.
Alright, hello, this is David, and I'm here to talk about the UDP conversion that I did. So if we go to the code over here, we can see that in the networking section of client, the client network manager will send a packet saying sup to the server, and the server network manager will be listening for that sup. And once he receives it, once I scroll here, right here, actually I said that wrong. The client will send a heyo message to the server. The server will receive the heyo message and send a sup back. And the client network manager will receive the sup as an acknowledgement and will connect and create the network connection, which is the tribe stack. And the server will also create a network connection for the client on the server side. And then they can, in the connection manager, simply use send tos and receive recv froms to communicate back and forth with each other, just like in TCP. So there were a few problems when doing this, especially in the case of packet jam. Since the server would run faster than the client, server thread runs faster than the client thread, what happens is the server will send too many packets at once and the client has to catch up, which caused a lot of lag. So to fix this, we throttled the server send packet speed to only 1/20th of a second, which is more than reasonable since the client should run at more than 30 frames per second. And the reason why our game still looks so smooth is because of the client-side prediction. So we can get away with sending packets from server to client so slowly. So we can also see that if you press 9, we can debug dropping 50% of the packets from the client to server, and you can see we still run everything super smoothly. We can even attack people. And even if we drop 50% of the packets by pressing 0 from the server to the client, everything still runs quite smoothly. Alright, so let's turn those off. And I also implemented I as in David implemented all these toggles, so you can toggle debug draws and everything like that. And finally, all this UI stuff I also did. So if we go ahead and kill all the people in this room, he should die very soon. There we go. So that was put in by me, and all the other players should have received that message as well. So let's see if we can find it. Yes. So also, players who have died will receive a notification that they died. A little bit more. There we go. So I won that match because these people aren't playing at all. And so if we just keep on wailing away on him, there we go. If you look at the bottom right, that message will stay there. And if we go here, the player cannot move. I'm pressing the WASD key. So you may have noticed throughout the whole video that we have this beautiful environment set up. We have the background, the moon, the skyboxes, the statue, lighting, and this is all courtesy of our environment artist and animations person, Josh. He also fixed all the animations so that the animations run correctly whenever the player is moving. So yeah, this is 16_Super Smash from CSCI 423, and this is the project we have. We implemented all the things from reliability to UDP to client-side prediction. So I hope you enjoyed it.